The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
With so many people living longer, the fear of outliving your money becomes a reality for many of us. Will I be a financial burden? Will I outlive my money? How will I be remembered? My name is Neil Himmelstein, president of Main Street Planning Group. Please contact me by visiting mainstreetplanninggroup.com. That's mainstreetplanninggroup.com, or call 631-647-4694. I will introduce you to strategies that will guarantee you will not outlive your money, that can guarantee you will not be a burden on your loved ones. Through a collaborative approach, we will uncover solutions that offer tax-efficient strategies, lifetime income, and legacy planning, choice, organization, direction, and education. That is the code we stand behind. Contact mainstreetplanninggroup.com. That's mainstreetplanninggroup.com, or call 631-647-4694. And listen to me every Friday at 3 p.m. as I host the Main Street Code for Financial Success, right here on 103.9 LI News Radio. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Main Street Code for Financial Success. I'm your host, Neil Himmelstein. I'm here every Friday at 3 o'clock. If you miss one of my episodes, you can catch me on Spotify or Apple, or go to my website, themainstreetcode.com, and you can find all our past episodes on our YouTube channel. And happy Friday, everybody. Happy post-election. A lot of craziness going on. And getting back to business on our own business, on taking care of ourselves. We are experts in the area of life insurance, annuities, disability, long-term care, and we help hundreds of advisors across the United States, whether they be insurance advisors with unique solutions, attorneys, accountants. That's why people come to us, and we help individuals like you and businesses with all their insurance needs. And one of the differentiating things about working with me and my firm is something we call underwriting, and it's a big deal. If you've applied for life insurance and didn't get what you expected, or long-term care, the reason is that you really need a specialist to present you, especially if you, as we get older, we see multiple doctors and there's different reports and different things. The problem is that the way of underwriting has been, people think they can go online and buy a product, particularly an insurance product, or take out a bank loan or something, and then realize that, everything's quoted at a certain price, but then when they get down to it, they never get what they want, because that goes into underwriting. So you could look at all the spreadsheets online and, I don't take any medications, I'm perfectly healthy, and, yet you may think you're perfectly healthy, but maybe you're overweight, maybe you went to a doctor for something that you didn't disclose, and you think, the insurance company is going to find out about it. They find out about it, and then all of a sudden, they don't want to write you insurance. So you need to work with somebody who works with multiple companies and works with real underwriting. The problem with our industry is, and COVID really exacerbated it, is everybody's trying to do things faster and easier and better. Faster, easier, better. Let me go online and buy this. And then they run into a problem. Let me go and meet with one person who does it one way. And if you call somebody online and you try and buy life insurance, or you meet with a person and you don't go through, and they don't understand your medical history or anything else, there's a problem, because it comes down to underwriting. It comes down to looking at you as a person, and they're going to price your product. So no matter what it says online, and everybody's at perfect health, and everybody's got this lowball price, or they quote you on the phone, no matter what it says, it's rarely ever true, because everybody has something going on. High blood pressure, cholesterol, or something more serious, an autoimmune. That doesn't mean that you can't get insurance. It just means that we need to get you to the right carrier or do something else. Now, last week, or about 2 weeks ago, I attended a conference for 3 days, a national conference where I met with 10 chief underwriters from different companies, I brought with me several different scenarios of people that were having trouble getting the type of insurance they want. Now, most of them were buying very large sums of insurance. I have a 75-year-old buying $10 million of insurance, life insurance. You say, why would somebody at 75 who's wealthy need $10 million of life insurance? Well, one of the reasons is liquidity. First off, we don't know if there will be estate taxes or not. There's currently estate taxes at a certain level. And if you have a lot of real estate, or even if you have a lot of land, let's say you own a farm and you have 10 acres. Well, the government looks at best use of what the acreage is. So it could be $100,000 an acre. It could be, $500,000 an acre. And maybe you have 50 acres or 30 acres. You run into a situation where you may need a lot of life insurance because you can't pass that to your children without paying a big tax. So the insurance a lot of time is to pay that tax. The insurance is tax-free. The land is not. Your house may or may not be tax-free to the next generation. It should be. It has a step up in basis, but it could be subject to part of your whole estate in moving it on to the next generation. So for you wanting to leave your assets to the next generation, there's very few things that are completely income tax-free and estate tax-free. So there's several taxes here. Why is underwriting important? Well, we took a large situation with a 75-year-old with $10 million, a very big case, and the company we went to declined him. They declined him because at 75 he has multiple conditions. I don't think they're life-threatening, but the insurance company looks at the odds and says, I don't like these odds, I'm not going to offer. He needs to fall into a certain criteria before I offer. Now, I went to 5 other companies. I actually went to 10 other companies. I've got 3 other offers to where this guy can get life insurance. That's very big. He needs the coverage. So by doing that extra work and doing the extra care, I had to position him as to what his good parts are, what his bad parts were, sat with a chief underwriter, not like, and here's what I find every day. I see a lot of career guys, they're not taught, New York Life, National Life, Northwestern, Mass Mutual. They're really not taught how to negotiate with an underwriter. They'll submit your case to them, and they'll say, okay, he's this, he's that, and then they walk away. And they may decline you and not tell you why. You need to know why. You need to know your own health, and we need to do some background investigation for many people. Some people not. For many people, they may have impairments that they don't think are serious, but to somebody whose job it is not to write you coverage, to protect the company they work for, they're going to look at every little thing about your health aspect. And if you don't tell them the truth, they're going to hold it against you. They're going to think you're hiding something. And if they think you're hiding something, they can't put themselves on the line to their medical directors and to their insurance companies and give you what you want. However, having a relationship like I do with several different companies and several different underwriters makes a huge, huge difference in getting the coverage you want. We had a gentleman a couple years back. He had a PSA score. If any of you gentlemen know or wives know, PSA score is usually indicative of prostate cancer. So anything over a score of 4.0, so I learn all these medical things because of what I do. A lot of people would consider to potentially have cancer. Now, this gentleman had a score of 10.6. And I go, oh my God, I had insurance companies when it came to me had already declined him. But I also knew a couple secrets. One is anybody that does heavy activity, this guy happened to ride horseback riding 3 times a week. Anybody doing heavy activity, or, I had a gentleman who fell off a swing and his prostate got enlarged, didn't have cancer, and I had an insurance company do special tests to prove he didn't have cancer and gave him the best class he could possibly get. The cheap, what does that mean, having best class? Best class means the lowest price. So I've saved him hundreds of thousands of dollars per year just by doing the underwriting. Very big deal. And having someone who knows the underwriters, it differentiates me and my practice from everyone else. And even the big houses can't do what I can do because underwriting is that important to getting you the kind of coverage you want. You're listening to the Main Street Code for Financial Success. I'm your host, Neil Himmelstein. If you want to reach out to me, the best way, 631-647-4694. Give me a call with any of your concerns, any situations you have with life insurance or long-term care, and you really need that underwriting decision. I don't care if you're a client or you're an agent who's having trouble placing his cases. Give me a call. Maybe I can help. I know I can. Thanks, and we'll be right back after commercial. Welcome back to the Main Street Code for Financial Success. I'm your host, Neil Himmelstein. And if you were listening before the break, we were talking about the importance of having good underwriting, having the connections with multiple companies, and being able to negotiate an insurance case. It's just like you go in and you buy a house and you go for a mortgage. And you look in a newspaper, you go, oh, this company has, or this bank has the best rate. And you run to that bank and they start giving you the runaround. And it's taken months and months and months. And they want to know why you missed a bill 3 years ago, or this or that. Or going to somebody who has multiple banks underneath them who can shop the banks and negotiate the best rate all over the place. I do the very same thing, but when it comes to life insurance and long-term care and solving problems or disability, I am an expert. And it happens in life insurance all the time. It happens when people want long-term care coverage. There's very limited long-term care carriers. So sometimes we suggest a hybrid solution, combination of life and long-term care where the underwriting will be different, or a chronic solution. There's multiple solutions and multiple ways to skin a cat and multiple ways to protect your money, but you need positive underwriting. One of the other areas that I want to discuss today is, and I keep hammering this home because I keep seeing it and it's great. A lot of people have bought insurance online, and I've had 3 situations in the last 2 weeks where people have come to me and they can't get their death benefit because one situation, the gentleman's father died 4 years ago by a brain aneurysm. It was sudden, but he got the insurance, 6 months before. So the insurance company did a whole bunch of research on his medical, and they found out, okay, whatever they found out, but they're not paying him. He has no agent. He has nobody to talk to. And the insurance company is, I don't even want to give you the name. I mean, I could give you the name, but it's a company that's no longer offering new policies, and there's nobody to talk to. You can wait on hold for hours. I mean, the worst thing to be is not have an agent that works with you, that can fight for you to not only get you the offers that you want and get you the coverage, but also be there to help you in your time of crisis when you need to make a claim, when you become disabled, when you need long-term care. Who do I turn to? That's us. We help you there. So we've had attorneys reach out to us and can you help our clients, because they don't have the leverage with the insurance companies. And quite candidly, I know a lot of fantastic attorneys. They write great wills and drafts and trusts and Medicare planning and Medicaid planning, and they do all this fancy stuff, but none of them that I know of know how to speak insurance. I do, and that's why they call me. They finally realize, you speak legal, I speak insurance, I'm going to help you. So the attorneys are referring me their difficult situations in dealing with insurance companies. And this isn't the only situation, a death claim. Maybe they're not paying the dividends correctly. Maybe they have the wrong beneficiary. Maybe the beneficiaries have never been checked. Even though they have a life insurance trust, the beneficiary is set up as somebody else. or an old business partner, or an old wife, a first wife, and the beneficiary never changed. Big problems if something happens. All your insurance policies need to be in check. Now I'm going to switch gears for a second and talk about something that you've been hearing about on the radio, on TV. They're blasting you. If you're older, sell your policy. You hear from these companies like Coventry and Abacus and sell it to us and blah, blah, blah. And, if you're over 65, and here's the problem. If you really want to sell your policy, maybe you can't afford the premiums anymore. And this is becoming bigger and bigger. And the reason is people buy insurance policies and they calculate, I'll probably be gone by 70, 75, 80, maybe 90. Well, when you have people living to 90 and 100 and 105 and 110, all of a sudden these policies become expensive. They're like, I don't know where I'm going to find the money to fund this policy. So we have more and more people asking us, can you look at selling our policy? Can we get some value out of this? Because we just can't afford to keep paying it. Or, they either need the money or they don't want to pay the premiums anymore. The worst thing you can do is surrender a policy. And I'll tell you why. If it's a whole life or you have cash value and they're going to give you the cash value and you've had loans on it, all of a sudden, all these loans become taxable, and you have no insurance anymore. So you may end up owing more in taxes than surrendering the policy. It may cost you, or you may get nothing, even if you have a lot of cash in your policy, if you surrender it. So we have to rescue it or sell it or find other reasons. But what I'm saying is if you go direct to a company, here's what's going to happen. They're going to lowball your offer. They're going to give you the least amount they possibly can that you might accept. And because there's nobody like myself in the middle and we are life settlement brokers, you'll definitely get like lowball offer. That's how they work. I work with companies that actually auction off your policy. So they will actually, when we do a life settlement, we will use a companies that will actually broker your policy just like I'd underwrite your life insurance policy. I'm going to underwrite your settlement policy and find out why it's of value to buyers. And you have to understand, these buyers of these settlement policies, they're not individuals. You can't sell them to an individual or a one-person company. They're usually sold in bulk. So a lot of companies have availability of money to buy policies, and a lot of them don't. So they make funny offers. You really need to auction these off. You need to go to a broker like myself who can actually understand that everything's a negotiation. And you need to negotiate. Everybody goes, and I get this question all the time. Oh, what do you charge? Well, it's really, to be candid, it's part of the negotiation process. Let's see what we can get you first, and then we can figure it out. If it doesn't work for you, you don't have to take it. But you want to get several options when you're competing to sell something. It's like if you were to sell your, anything in life, your life insurance policy is very similar to that. If you're going to sell your policy, you want to put it in an auction basis and get the best offer you possibly can for your family. Now, the offers can come in two forms. One form is, here's a cash settlement for your policy. And we actually, when we close on these, we bring you to an attorney to actually have a closing attorney and have the closing documents. I sit there and witness everything with you because I want to make sure you're on 100% protected and know exactly what you're doing. I think it's very important. We're not just selling you a product and walking away. No, we're engaged with you and trying to make the best thing happen. Whether you're buying or selling a policy, we want to be there for you. So one is they'll give you cash for an offer. The other is they have a program that'll give you what they call a retained death benefit. So maybe you still want the benefit of some insurance for your family, okay? You just don't want to pay the premiums anymore. Those offers actually come in better at a much higher value. Of course, they wait till you pass before they pay that out. Or if you need income now. Or you can do a combination when you sell your policy. You can have a combination of some cash now but some retained death benefit. Usually it's for people over 65 that are older, that have health issues, where you get the most value. It's quite the opposite of buying life insurance and from selling life insurance. When you're selling life insurance, the insurance company or the buyers want to see how sick you are. When you're buying insurance, you want to prove how well you are. It's quite the opposite, but done in the same manner. So that's why it's very important that you reach out to us, whether you're buying or selling. Anything to do with life insurance, long-term care, or disability, reach out to Main Street Planning Group or reach out to me. I'm Neil Himmelstein. I can be reached at 631-647-4694. Hope you have a wonderful day and a terrific holiday season. Looking forward to it. Again, 631-647-4694. Have a terrific day. Thank you.